Parshas Vayikra and start a new journey into Parshas Tzav. When we talk about Parshas Vayikra, the Torah begins softly. Vayikra el Moshe. Hashem calls to Moshe. Not commands, not orders. He calls like someone saying, "Come closer. I have something important to share with you." And that tone matters, because Vayikra is all about korbanos, a topic that sounds technical, complicated, maybe even dry. Animals, fats, blood, measurements. Not exactly what you'd expect to be the emotional center of the Torah. But the Torah is telling us korbanos are not about animals. They're about people. We start learning about Kodshei Kodashim and Kodashim Kalim, the higher level korbanos and the lighter ones. Some are eaten only by Kohanim, some by families, some only in the Azara, some everywhere in Yerushalayim. If you're keeping track, congratulations, you're officially thinking like a Kohen. If you're confused, also congratulations. You're thinking just like the rest of us. But here's the point beneath the categories. Not every act of holiness looks the same, but every act must be sincere. Some korbanos are totally burned, nothing left. Others are shared. Some come from chova, which is obligation. Others come from nidva, pure generosity. And that already teaches us something huge about Avodas Hashem. Not every Jew serves Hashem the same way. Not every mitzvah comes from the same place. But Hashem values both the Chuvah Jew and the Nidva Jew, as long as it's real. And that's why the Torah is so difficult and so picky about details. No blemishes, exact procedures, correct locations. Because closeness to Hashem isn't casual. You don't freestyle a korban. But here's something fascinating. After all this structure, the Torah suddenly zooms out and regroups everything. Free will offerings, obligatory offerings. Almost like the Torah is saying, let's zoom out for a second. What's really going on here? And the answer is simple. Some moments in life push you toward Hashem. And some moments in life require you to push yourself. A chatas offering? You didn't plan that. And a sham? You definitely didn't have that on your bucket list. But an olah or a shelamim, that's you saying, I want closeness. I want to be near Hashem. And then, right when you're settling into Vayikra, the Torah does something interesting. It shifts tone. Because now, we enter Parsha Tzav. And the Torah no longer whispers, no longer calls gently. Tzav es Aharon ve'es ba'anav. Command Aharon and his sons. This is no longer poetic. This is not inspirational language. This is avoda language. Why the change? Chazal explains something very real here. Where there is loss, when there is routine, when something costs you every single day, people slow down. Even Kohanim, even holy people. Especially when the mitzvah involves money, effort. Let's be honest, from my personal experience anyway. Waking up early. The daily olah had to be brought every morning, every afternoon, with no days off. No, I'm not feeling it today. Hashem knows human nature. So he says, this needs tzavui. This needs pushing. And suddenly, korbanos aren't about inspiration anymore. They are about consistency. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because Tzav isn't speaking to the average Jew, average Yid. It's speaking to the Kohanim, the spiritual elite, the ones who live in the Beis HaMikdash. And Hashem is basically telling them, don't get lazy just because you're holy. There's even that famous Gemara about Rabbi Yishmael ben Elisha. One Shabbos, he was studying by candlelight. He says, I'll be careful. I won't move the candle or adjust the light. He wasn't careful, though, and he did accidentally move it because he forgot. And he wrote to himself a note after Shabbos. When the Beis HaMikdash is rebuilt, I owe a korban. That's not fear. That's integrity. And then Chazal add another layer that feels almost relatable. Someone eats non-kosher fat by mistake, and you have to write it down, the exact amount. Because when Mashiach comes, the Beis Din will calculate it, which is wild. It's absolutely insane when you think about it. The Torah assumes a Jew says, I made a mistake, let me document it so I can fix it later. No denial, no excuses, no, it wasn't that much, or no, it wasn't such a big deal, yada. That's avodas Hashem. So Vayikra teaches us how close we can come. Tzav teaches us how disciplined we must stay. Vayikra is the calling. Tzav is the grind. Vayikra is inspiration. Tzav is showing up tomorrow morning, even when you don't feel inspired. And maybe that's why the Torah puts them back to back. Because Hashem isn't looking for Yidden who only serve him when it feels meaningful. He's looking for Yidden who serve him even when it feels routine. Because that's where real fire burns. The fire on the Mizbeach. That, as the Torah says, always stays lighted. Not because it's exciting, but because someone keeps feeding it. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next time, and we will dive deeper into Parsha Tzav.